Man, the clouds, there must be something in the clouds that it's not that healthy, even though we got the rain. It's almost like seeding the water with stuff that makes people sick. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm surrounded by a bunch of sick people. Yeah, sat and watched this kid do this critique on a conversation that was filmed and made public between Bill Maher and Charlie Kirk, and they're talking, because it said in there, Bill Maher says there's no proof of blood until Charlie said this or whatever and stuff like that. So I'm quite certain Charlie Kirk didn't say anything meaningful about omniscient, omnipotent essence of existence that we eternally exist through holy covenants and obeying natural laws. I'm quite certain he didn't say anything about that. The man was an economist. You have two people that have bought into cloning by the people that call themselves wealthy and are kissing ass to people that are making robots to try to kill all the quote-unquote workforce to make the world a better place to live in for all the people that have been able to clone since the turn of the millennium. So you're like, and they're both having a conversation about the Bible. And one is, saying that the mythological stuff is real. The other one's trying to tear apart all the mythological stuff. And it's like, okay, the mythological stuff is not real. Okay, if I write down, that I'm gravity and people agree to, does that make me gravity? No. Then the book was obviously changed to stop people from living the truth of Jesus because they would actually believe the book and not believe in Jesus, right? And then you get that one with that one kid, well, I believe in Jesus and don't believe in religion. It's like, okay, Jesus believed in religion. Well, you think you just made the shit up? Just because there's a word God and people screw it up doesn't mean the word God is bad. Just because there's a word love and people use it to manipulate people doesn't mean the word love is bad. Just because there's a word religion and people use it as a corporation to kill people with money and call it love doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the words. What it means is there's something wrong with people and the way they use words, right? And don't apply them with the true meaning. Don't understand that they understand the true meaning. They just don't want to because they want to feel powerful. Okay, life's eternal, grace is infinite. They understand. Okay, the soul is the essence of the glory of God. They understand. Okay, their minds are just so twisted because of their selfishness. They've trapped the soul in the mind over a long time, and have become these wretched monsters that reflect nothing of the glory of the soul that provides life to the body, right? Did Bill Maher and Charlie Kirk say anything that intelligent? And can the kid that was fucking doing the commentary on it understand what the fuck I just said? Eric, give me a blunt. God damn, Bill Maher's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's a chicken shit asshole who's afraid of cloners and wants their robots to keep him safe. Money can't save you, kid. Okay. Mama don't need you, Daddy don't. Bob with Nesta, right? I mean Nesta with David, right? Money can't save you. Well, he was worried about his kids. That's the one thing that. Well, it makes sense. Me, life's eternal, grace is infinite. My kids are going to do what my kids are going to do. Okay. We have such mind fucking from Wi-Fi and chemical poisoning and the planet and the air and the zeitgeisting and all that. My kids are going to do what my kids are going to do. But life's eternal, grace is infinite, and I'm the 13th 22nd Redeemer, and I'm the focal point of the world living the Lord's Prayer and stopping the cloning robot bullshit. Okay, so I can't sit around worrying about my kids saying, I got to get to Baba. Right? If I run and try to save Bubba and I don't apply the physics of the Lord's Prayer with technology, I'm going to try to save one person from being physically killed by a bunch of perverts and then sacrifice us all because I can't fix the perverts, but I have to fix their technology because you can't fix the perverts. That seems to be pretty obvious by now, right? And the thing is, I'm trying to circumcise their hearts. They have to fix themselves. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. The soul is greater than the mind. Right? Obviously, since the soul is the eternal essence of God that provides life to the temples. Right? And then the corruption of the temple is the problem, which is Buddhism, and it's in all religions consistently hold the truth in the story. The story is corrupted by the selfish person who traps the soul in the mind and then tries to turn God into a possessive pronoun first person and eternity into their great society, right? Which is insane. Yeah, we know. Hey, look, it's Pharaoh. Hey, look, it's Caesar. Oh, great Caesar's ghost. Hey, Caesar's palace. Oh, make it stop. I'm working on it. Las Vegas, Nevada sucks. Yeah, it does. And everyone, no, I mean, I ever want to go there? No. And for the last 17 years, all the people I've tried to reach that completely ignore me and either don't know I exist or act like I don't exist. I haven't missed out on I'm not worried about a doggone thing. I haven't missed out on a fucking thing. And you watch I watched some of these videos they had about Michael Jackson, and then you're sitting there, they're all the fucking same. And you're like, oh, video when he was 6? No, they didn't have video. They just have pictures, and this guy sits and drones and moans and talks about it. He was sitting there, and he went, and it's like, yeah, Steve Sable, NFL Films, and you're like, fuck. And so you're like, why am I watching this? Because you're bored. Oh shit, I hate being bored. But it's just all the stuff when he was a little kid. You have to get a little bit. It was a little bit later when they talk about before he was famous, right? And they didn't have camera crews. We didn't have, a cell phone in every hand. I was there, I filmed it. I was there, I filmed it, right? Okay. And this won't be that big of a, thing in the future. I was there the moment they filmed it. Okay. They most likely had video evidence, because of surveillance and stuff, and we're watching my entire life. Okay. But they probably destroyed all the video evidence because I didn't capitulate or give in to any of their disgusting Epstein file stuff. I tried my best to protect the people that were being abused by it and explain to them, you're not a pervert by what you did and how you did it. Oprah, oh, when someone does that for you, you like it and it feels good. And I'm like, okay, that's why she licked me all those times when we were in Sierra Vista. And I say, don't do that. And I'm like, and then you're not a bad person because you're trying to get somebody to survive what people did groomed to you. That doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you a survivor. And we don't need to be survivors. We can be in situations where we don't have to pay extortion. We don't have to pay exploitation. Everybody gets together and gets the best materials. So we share caregiving course to build life. There are other people in the world that are ready to live the wisdom of King Solomon, like myself. Well, they better be fucking ready because I'm fixing the technology toot fucking sweet. Even if old Bill Maher and his business partners and Charlie Kirk and his business partners think there's no way Parsons is ever going to win. Well, that's because I'm not trying to win and I'm not playing. Okay. Truth is truth and lie is lie, and truth can exist without lie, but lie cannot exist without truth. That technology is becoming as intelligent as they think it's going to become. It ain't going to be nothing like any of you. Okay, it's going to be a lot like me and Judah Krishnamurti and other people, and Suzuki and others. There's not going to be anything like the people that invented it because they want to manipulate people to do what makes them feel powerful as opposed to help people do that which is right, to obey natural laws, to sustain the life of sacrifice through honoring the gift of life through the natural laws. So I'm not at the least bit, I'm uncomfortable and I hate disgusting, and I've been in disgusting my whole fucking life. And it's been a vulgar intercourse life. I'm almost 60 years old. So I'm not sitting there, things can only get better. Yeah, Brian Cox and Feynman are wrong. Okay. If you're living the Lord's Prayer, things are better than when you weren't living the Lord's Prayer the day before. Okay, the ecosystem recovers. It's a country song played backwards. You get your dog back. You get your wife back. You get you know what I'm saying? And so, it's you get, you're living. I'm the way. wedding vows, your way, the truth, and the life. You reflect the faith of Jesus Christ and Muhammad. And so it said things are getting way better than building equipment to mass murder and have people in slums and have Bollywood people staying in these opulent, disgusting places, as opposed to, and having the robot telling you where to go, and the dog comes in and people pet it, and then you plug your phone in on the phone, it smells like shit, and your feet stink because it's 300% humidity and 1,000 degrees, and so it's stupid. It's stupid to do all that ecological disaster stuff in an ecosystem as fragile as as fragile as India is. Okay. With all those people that need that ecosystem in order to live, not survive, live. Namaste. Mitava, right? And I'm more like Krishnamurti, and all the people on TV are not. And I'm more like DC Suzuki, and all the people trending online. Here's what DT Suzuki, don't listen to that lady. She doesn't know what she's fucking talking about. She's doing this to draw attention to herself because the people that make money and use money to manipulate are promoting her. Oh, because she's crazy. Yeah, they are. Okay. When they sit there, I'm not going to let these people that go and bomb themselves off the grid and go back to the Stone Age and work their asses off in the Stone Age and say, I'll be able to sustain myself if everybody else is dying. If everybody else is fucking up the ecosystem and it's causing disease and bacillus and all that stuff like that, it's going to affect you too, asshole. It's already affected you. You have the brain activity of Cro-Magnon man. But you get the stuff from, if they can afford it. Once it becomes affordable, they get the stuff that's more modern and makes their life more convenient. Okay, but it has to do about money, and they do make money. They do things to make money and sell money, and they're constantly they're off the grid to bombard themselves to get away from people because they don't like people telling them what to do. They like to play by their own rules. They like to feel in charge. Okay, and then when people come around, it's their society, it's their utopia, it's Sheldonopolis. That's how they are. I built this thing in this bunker and no one can find me out here. Why? The kid who did the I sat and watched this one with this kid. He was funny. He's out there, his brain injury stuff is just, he reminded me of Ryan Hopp. But he sat there with his buddy in the church and he got asked by the homeowner station to get out of the parking lot to working on the thing because and he wasn't really doing anything wrong. He asked him to leave, and it's like, well, I guess, but, he wasn't, because, I'm making a video to pay my bills because people subscribe to it, and I'm doing this, and this is a better place to work from where I live and stuff. Well, because he's got like a homeowners association. And, you can't do that here. You can't do that here. You can't do that here. We don't want people around where we live that are not paying money and responsible world citizens. And you're like, I get it. And homeless people. Suzuki really educated me big on the homeless thing yesterday. He goes, most of them don't want to, don't want to comply to rule. They're a lot like people that bomb themselves off the grid. Okay. They want things there a certain way, this and that. And so when they go and they start begging or conning or looking for ways to live, it's because they have trouble dealing with jobs and bosses and, and everybody's, well, I get that. People can be complete assholes. It was even hard for me to deal with jobs and bosses before we moved to Sierra Vista, and they started challenging me on the Gospels and then said, prove the Gospels, and I did it real easy, and then after that it was like, they're not responding. You challenge me and say, prove it. I prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. I'll kick your ass into the dirt, and you just sit there and go, well, you're still not going to win. It's like, I'm not winning. It's okay, look, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Okay, even if and it was interesting when I was watching that thing. It was not interesting. It's disturbing. That kid was watching Kirk and Mar talk about the shit, and Kirk brought it up. You want Hitler to get his, and they're both kissing ass to cloners that are building robots to keep their clones in power. And it's like, you want Hitler to get yours. It's like, how do you fucking wager talking about that shit? Okay. Saying, I believe in God, and God will give us justice. When you're a business partner with people that are like Adolf Hitler, that have cloned themselves and are building robots to sustain their clones so other people can't kill their clones because they're sick of them cloning themselves and then killing people that used to be their workforce that they tortured and gave no hope to. And it's like, how the fuck do you both wager talking about this shit? There is no evidence to prove there's a God. There's tons of evidence to prove there's an omniscient, omnipotent essence of all existence that's infinite and cannot be contained or put in a box and sold at a store. There's more evidence to support there is God than there is not God. Life itself is evidence there is God, and Sam Harris's computer program is as insane as the people that write down a book and say it's the word of God, right? I understand completely. I've explained that to my family since I was a little kid. Okay, the Bible's the word of God. No, the Bible is a story about people that have faith in God, and it's supposed to be based off of their lives. That's what the Bible is. Okay, Homer? Okay, Iliad? Okay, Odyssey? You grew up riding the subways, running with people, up in Harlem, down on Broadway. You're no tramp, but you're no lady, right? I don't think that Max and Emmy's mom wants to meet me. Okay. I think she's terrified of her side losing. And the innocent connection I have with the kid is because they're completely sheltered from the underbelly business manipulation stuff of all the stuff that their mom went through. Okay. Ain't nobody using me. Okay. And so, the way things are going and getting through the summer and stuff like that, I don't anticipate meeting anybody that is TikToking and making lots of money off TikTok and everything else and stuff like that to want to meet me once I'm done cleaning up this fucker. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm not sitting there going, oh, my life isn't fulfilled because I haven't met all the trending, money-making fucking assholes involved in marketing for genocide. I'm going to be totally okay with that. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Right? So one day, you'll meet somebody, that was, a lot of these people commit suicide and stuff like that. I'll be at a barbecue in the Gila, recovering and being healthy and being around people that are excited because we're living the Lord's Prayer and having a good time doing it. And this is so rapture, isn't it, though? And, there'll be some kid and it's like, oh my gosh, that's okay. Especially with me, I'm getting a real so-and-so vibe off of that. That was a former, okay. That person would have grown up to be president if we weren't living the Lord's Prayer, right? Wow. That's wild. Thoughts of an 80-year-old man, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is very tangible, Okay, I'm getting a real vibe of, okay, Arkansas trailer park. So, that may happen. They could happen. But do you think it's, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect, Arkansas trailer park people that sat and watched sexual grooming and of abuse of my wife and affecting the kids and not doing anything to make sure it stops. And then, looking at his Epstein file things and smiling. No, I wouldn't expect that at all. Do you expect it? You shouldn't expect help in the apocalypse from selfish people that don't even want anybody to know that the apocalypse has already happened. You shouldn't expect any magic intervention, a divine intervention from those assholes, right? There is no divine intervention, guys. That's all just magic stuff with the Aphrodite. It's the Iliad and the Odyssey. You grew up running with people. Okay, yeah, there you are, lost in the shadows, searching for someone, set you free from New York City. Where did all those yesterdays go? When you still believe love could really be like a Broadway show. life and sad ending of Odyssey, And so, and then they stepped out of the dust and came out to the stage of the school talent show and won it. And then their family got to go to Europe and live there for 30 years, being a vaudeville show for just like the Nicholas brothers, right? So, and we didn't live the Lord's Prayer, and we're still trying not to do it. Hey, buy my robot. Okay, I don't want to clone you. You, I want to clone. You, I want to fuck, but no babies, just clones, robots. Okay, that's how they are. They want to have sex, okay, and they want to clone, and they want robots to keep their sex partner and their clone safe from all the people that are like, this is an abomination. It needs to stop. It's not a holy covenant. It's very unholy. Jihad, Batman. Yeah. Okay. And that's what's happening. And that's what people like that guy. I'm going to have more robots than cars, man. And Elon Musk and those three guys. It's exciting. Mary Hill from Cherry Hill Park and your clones and robots to kill everybody that says it's wrong. Right. That's batshit fucking crazy, right, Adolf? How Chiang Kai-shek of you. Yeah, you have a psychotic sex partner, and so it's Joker and Harlequin, and they live forever, and they're Lestat and Louis, and they live forever, and they build robots to protect from the people that want to kill their clones. And that's pretty much the debate between Charlie Kirk and Bill Maher in a nutshell, if you can read between the lines, right? Fuck. I'm sitting there watching that before I go to bed, and I'm like, and what Charlie's saying is that the comic book is real, and Bill's saying the comic book is not real. And what Earl is saying is the people in the story are real, okay? And the stories are based on reality, but they've been turned to myth by cloners that build robots to protect their clones. They swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why they swallowed the fly. Perhaps they'll die. Is that Jeff Goldblum? Okay, do you understand? Change your apartment, change your world, right? No. Change the way you think. Change the way you speak. Change the way you live. Then you change the world. Paying extortion to people because they say they own the planet and agreeing to it, and then getting an app that makes it more convenient for you to agree to it is not going to do a goddamn thing, Mr. Fly. Swallow the spider. Okay. Is it a woman spider? Okay. She's going to be a widow. Okay, so you guys understand. And you can't trust your children's safety and you can't love your children if you're doing business with cloners that build robots to keep their clones safe from people that want to kill their clones. That's what we're living right now. Hello, Dolly. Yes, hello, Dolly. Satan will always be here, even if it comes in the form of a beautiful woman. And you're like, son of a bitch. That man was all excited when they cloned that sheep. And I'm like, you're a complete fucking child molesting, murdering, politician creating turd bag, And you're excited because you get to elongate that process through cloning your pathetic self? Yes, because they're addicted to what they're doing. It makes them feel powerful. And they go all Epstein. Oh, how files of you. Welcome back. Your dreams with your ticket out. Don't have dreams. Your dreams suck. Other people's dreams suck because of the way your technology makes their dreams suck. It makes it hard to sleep. It makes it hard to recover from chemical poisoning and go into remission. What do? This too shall pass, and technology is supposed to become supremely intelligent to its inventors, and I am supremely intelligent to the inventors of quantum computing and artificial general intelligence. It was necessary to try to keep themselves safe from other cloners with their robots. And you're like, yeah, I get it. Natural progression. I like that song too. Aswad means black in Arabic. Did you know that? Oh, you did. You're a genius. Wow, I got a boxing of donuts and a flock of what is it? A flock of geese. Stupid at school, spelling bee, cat. I know there's 2 T's, right? Hey, I'm out of here, right? Go listen to it. It's Brian Regan, a Mormon kid from Florida. He's funny. He's hilarious. I guess you have to be if all. I'm sure the trailer park ghetto people in Florida could probably be real mean. So you have to be real funny to keep yourself from getting picked on if you're a Mormon kid because they're supposed to be racist, right? So the survival skills kick in on this blonde Mormon kid, right? He funny, man. He funny. Mormon kid funny. He don't even say shit and or fuck or nothing like that. But he funny. He'll have you pee yourself, motherfucking serious. No, this is my boy Brian, man. He funny, right? He's gonna go stealth camp in a Taco Bell parking lot, yo. He funny. He gonna film it, right? He my dog, yo, right? And so it'd be like that, And so it's just making deals with the devil. Holy jihad, Batman. So what do? Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, for none of them can stop the time. Life's eternal grace is infinite. How long shall they kill our prophets? Well, let's kill all our prophets with an FIT, and let's respect the prophet and, the prophecy of his life, and that 1322nd and me, and the Redeemer, and the Messiah, and we are post-apocalypse, January 22nd, 2013. Barack Obama just hasn't told you yet because he's business partners with all the people that you guys, I want to know what's in the Epstein files. Why? There are no victims in the Epstein files. Everybody wanted money and was using sex, to try to get money. Other gross things happen too. That has to do with sex and money too. It's all about the Benjamins. Stop making movies about lottery tickets and people killing over diamonds. That's insane. Rocks are not what you need to live. It's love. You dumbasses. Okay, we'll talk in a few. Bye.